Hello and welcome to Second Edition. I'm Sarah Hunter.
I'm Philza Khan.
And I'm Zach Marks. With Christmas just around the corner, we'll take a behind-the-scenes look into the Citadel's online Christmas Carol play.
And make sure to grab some popcorn because later we'll be discussing the top 3 best Christmas movies.
And the perfect plan to an Edmonton Christmas-themed tour.
Police say that the hate crime that took place at Southgate Mall on December 8th was an attack they have not seen in years. It was here at the North parking lot where 2 Somali women were violently attacked. Sergeant Gary Willett says that hate crimes in Edmonton are rare and the EPS want to empower the community to stand together and report any crimes and to help victims.
The big thing we're getting people is to report. They got to report incidents. No matter how minor it seems, if they're suffering discrimination, obscenities, we want that stuff reported to us. It's important we get ahead of this, and we need to empower our citizens what to do when they encounter it.
If you witness a hate crime, police say to immediately call 911 and offer assistance to the victim.
The pandemic has affected the healthcare industry across the board, including some not-so-obvious businesses. Boma Orthotics is one such business, seeing its clientele decrease in the last year to the point of partial layoffs. Much of this decrease is due to the suspension of its mobile clinics, which brought in business from many surrounding area long-term care homes.
A lot of the long-term care facilities were shut down because of COVID and not allowing anybody in, so it was kind of hit and miss of facilities we could go to.
Boma hopes to be able to restart the mobile clinics early in the new year.
Candy Cane Lane has officially opened for their 52nd season, but like many other events, it's looking a little different this year.
Merry little Christmas.
Light displays and snow sculptures catch the eye of many Edmontonians as they drive along Candy Cane Lane. Attractions from previous years like sleigh rides haven't returned, as this year's event is drive-through only to help protect against COVID-19.
We need to remember it's the holiday season and we need to think of other people. And this way, I think this year how we do that is we respect the restrictions.
Even with the changes, Candy Cane Lane remains a tradition for many, as the opening weekend shows cars lined all the way down to 95th Street Ave.
The Edmonton Humane Society is still working hard to make its events a success, though this year there are some changes. The annual Pet Pics with Santa took place this past weekend, giving donors a chance to take some holiday pictures with their furry friends through an online photo booth to get into the festive spirit of the season.
Our Pet Pics with Santa we just held this past weekend and had a few hundred people sign up for and take their pet pictures through that virtual photo booth. So we've been very grateful to see that support continue, even though the events do look a bit different right now.
Due to its success, Pet Pics with Santa will take place again this weekend.
Carver by day, light operator by night, Kelly Davies from Sherwood Park brings joy to others with his unique holiday tradition. The Davies household is hard to miss with their reoccurring holiday lights display. The lights are run from a small computer no bigger than a deck of cards. But what really catches people's attention are the ice sculptures, all carved thanks to Kelly and his chainsaw.
The minute I grab a chainsaw, the world just resets, everything disappears, and I'm completely full in my heart. And that's something that I find to be the biggest blessing.
A community favorite is the 40-foot ice slide, but with social distancing and warm weather being an issue, Kelly plans to hold off for now.
With grades 7 to 12 going back to online learning due to COVID-19, the annual One Act Theatre Festival at Strathcona High School is adapting the student-directed shows to be streamed virtually. With all the safety protocols and restrictions in place, student director Natasha Mora says that the process for making a show with their peers virtually and in person was both challenging and rewarding.
I had a pretty small cast of like only 2 people, and then like with my crew it was like a total of like 5 or 6, and yeah, like everyone had to wear masks and like be physically distanced, and like we weren't allowed to do any touching. No matter what obstacle was in our way, we were like willing to like work around it and like just like make the show the best it can be and have so much fun with it.
Part 1 of the Scona Acts Festival will be hosted on Zoom December 15th and 17th. Tickets are sold online at fringetheatre.ca.
The Citadel's annual holiday show, The Christmas Carol, is online this year.
Despite the challenges faced, they will be bringing the love and joy to the city of Edmonton this season.
Our own Emanuela Osamudia-Men speaks to creative director Daryl Cloran to discuss what audiences are to expect.
Thanks guys. Today I'm joined with Daryl Cloran, creative director at Citadel Theatre, to discuss how their programs have changed due to the COVID situation.
Thanks for being here today.
Oh, my pleasure.
So, what is the Christmas Carol event at the Citadel?
Well, we've done a live production of Christmas Carol every Christmas for 20 years now. And so it's a big sort of part of who we are at the Citadel and how we connect with the community. But this year we couldn't do it live and in person because of COVID. So we were able to record it back in November. We recorded it and are about to share it with everyone this week.
Another question I have is, why didn't you guys just cancel the show? Like, what was the reason for moving it online?
Oh, well, because it is such a big part of our connection with Edmonton, and you know, even more than the show, like part of the Christmas Carol experience is every year we collect money for the food bank. We've raised over $1 million for the food bank in the 20 years of Christmas Carol, so we wanted to keep that connection alive as well. There's so many people involved and so many people that look forward to it that it was the one show we wanted to save for sure.
Another thing is, do you believe that the value of theater, because you know theater is like such a live action thing that's just like happening in your face, do you feel like that value has been taken away because you guys have to move it online?
No, it's a different experience. I mean, I love theater because that's what I do. So I love that idea of everyone being in shared space together. But for this, like it allowed us to try some things that we wouldn't have been able to do live. Like we normally don't do this show for like 700 people a night, right? So the performances have to be big enough to reach out to 700 people a night. But when you're doing, you know, film and TV, you can make really like small, meaningful moments out of just, you know, like a look and that kind of thing. So it was exciting for us to explore what was possible in the language of like filmic storytelling.
What are audience missing from the live performance?
Well, it's the same stories, but it's definitely we've had to scale it down. So like when we do the live production, there's a cast of like 30 people, and so some of the big group scenes and the big group dances are quite like big and full of actors and costumes and that kind of thing. And this is a smaller version because with COVID, we had to keep, you know, smaller numbers involved and that kind of thing. So it's scaled down a bit, but the experience itself is still very, very similar.
What are audience to expect from the live performance?
We filmed it almost like a TV show. So we filmed it kind of like scene by scene instead of like just running the play once all the way through. So it's kind of an interesting like hybrid between something that feels live and something that feels like a television. So it's unique. It's definitely a really unique experience for audiences.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us today, Daryl. And I'm Vinny Manuela, Second Edition News.
As hair salons and other businesses close down for the second time, people are struggling to find new ways to stay employed.
Some may suggest it's easier to do it yourself.
Our own Dawson Patrician had the opportunity to explore some ways starting a home business may be different from regular hours.
This last weekend, I had a chance to talk to Suzanne Paget, a hairdresser in Westlock, just to see what the contrast really is between working in a real salon and working from home. Let's see what she has to say.
So first of all, thank you for bearing with me and taking up the time to do this. But are there any real differences from practicing in a real salon and at home relating to, you know, cleaning protocols, you know, kind of all that stuff, keeping people spaced out?
No, there's no differences. Everything remains the same as in a salon. You clean and sanitize after every client, you have masks on, and you allow yourself time in between each client to get all the cleaning done.
When you're working from home, is there kind of a different mindset that you're kind of going through? Like, is it more personal, or does it kind of stay like, you know, work is work?
It's definitely more personal because my clients are coming into my home. So it is much more personal, much more relaxed. There is only one person at a time. I don't have any more than that. And they are, you know, clients, but they're also friends.
Yeah. And I think that makes it a lot easier to, like, say if you're cutting somebody's hair and, you know, I mean, I don't know if this happens often, but say, you know, you mess something up or whatever, it's like they're not gonna be out to get you for it. Be like, oh, you know, blow it off and try again next time.
Right. Well, it's definitely much more comfortable in the sense that if they show up for a haircut at 10 o'clock at night, I likely will be in my pajamas, but you know, and that's just the bonus of doing it out of your house.
Yeah, it seems to be kind of a lot more flexibility because you're not really restricted by, you know, work hours within reason.
That's exactly it. They can, you know, if the 10 o'clock at night works for them, I'll make 10 o'clock at night work for them. Whereas in a salon, that probably wouldn't happen.
Yeah. And, you know, when this all kind of clears up and whatnot, do you have any tips for people trying to start up a home salon, kind of getting out there and getting their own business?
Well, I feel that it's good if you're going to make the move from a salon to your home, because then you can take your clients with you. They'll follow you. Then you're going to have to just put yourself out there on social media and try and generate some business that way, because it seems to be, sorry, my birds are crazy. It seems to be the best way to generate new business is through social media.
This has been Dawson Patrician, Second Edition News.
We're going to take a short break, but don't go anywhere.
And when we come back, you'll learn about the ideal places to visit for some holiday cheer.
And the top 3 must-watch Christmas movies of the year.
I'm so bored.
You look bored. Welcome to nr92.com and listen to our radio dramas.
Sweet.
Stay home and stay entertained with nr92.com.
You don't have to be on campus to connect. nr92.com. Stay connected, stay safe.
nr92.com. More than music.
Stay home, stay tuned. nr92.com. Campus Radio. Check out our Instagram. Come hang out virtually with our hosts.
Ugh, I'm so bored. Hey man, you look bored. Head to nr92.com and listen to our radio dramas.
Sweet.
Stay home, stay entertained with nr92.com.
Welcome back to Second Edition. Ahead, we will join Austin DeLeon
as he takes us on a journey through Edmonton, helping us to plan the perfect Christmas-inspired tour.
But first, make sure to have a pen and paper handy, because our very own Josh Harlock will join us as he tells us about the top 3 Christmas movies you won't want to miss.
The start to the holiday season is often debated between people. Does it start when you go out and buy a Christmas tree and decorate it? Or maybe is it the 1st of December? For me personally, the holiday season starts when I can sit back, relax, and watch Christmas movies for an entire day. So now, I'm here to break down my top 3 list of Christmas movies this year. I'm going to be breaking down this top 3 list into 4 categories each, then adding to a overall score for the movie. So they are all going to be judged on the Christmas spirit, the nostalgia levels that they give me personally, the characters within the movie, and then the plot, which will all then cumulatively decide their overall score. So let's get into it with our first movie. So coming in the 3rd spot, I put A Christmas Story. You know, I found Christmas spirit-wise 10 out of 10, nostalgia-wise 10 out of 10. It's one of those old classic Christmas movies. Characters, put that nice clean 8, they're all pretty good. Plot-wise, 7 I found wasn't like a huge plot, but it's still a great Christmas movie, so final score 8.75 out of 10. So coming in the 2nd spot, a classic, we have Elf with Will Ferrell. Christmas spirit-wise, this whole movie is about Christmas spirit, so gave that a 10 out of 10. Nostalgia-wise, for me, not super nostalgic, no real connection about this movie, but still gave it an 8. Character-wise, obviously, just a perfect 10. I mean, it's Will Ferrell. Plot-wise, gave it a 9 too. It has a nice flowing plot, you know, goes from city to city. So overall, Elf, 9 out of 10, gives it that 2nd spot. And now coming in the number 1 seed, drum roll please. Home Alone. Home Alone is my favorite movie for 3 reasons. A, great characters, great plot. It's a flowing movie. 2, it's hilarious. The pranks that he pulls. And D, I think Harry and Marv make the movie. That comedic relief that they provide, solid 10 out of 10. So for Home Alone, I gave it the first spot with a great score of a 9.5 out of 10. Well, thanks for watching. Be sure to share your favorite Christmas movies with us on Instagram at NateSecondEdition. This has been Josh Howrelak, Second Edition News.
Hey, I'm Austin DeLeon with Second Edition News. With less than 2 weeks left till Christmas, these new restrictions truly came at a bad time. But with that being said, I took it upon myself to go around our beautiful city to find the best spots to celebrate the most wonderful time of year with our loved ones safely. Let's go check them out. Our first stop, Candy Cane Lane, located on 148th Street and 99th Avenue. To miss the lineups, avoid coming from 7 and 9 p.m. But trust, the wait is well worth it. The sights and spectacles span for nearly 9 blocks, with almost every house completely decorated. From lights to a teepee snowman and an inflatable oiler, there is plenty to behold. Sidewalks, however, are closed, so you will have to stay in your vehicle for the ride, which was totally fine by me because it was really cold that night. Candy Cane Lane ends January 1st, so be sure to catch it before it leaves. Also, this attraction is free for all. Next stop, the Victoria Park Outdoor Skating Rink. Free to all and open daily from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. It is a great way to get outside and stay active. This kid gets it. There is also an ice pathway you can skate on that takes you through the park. Unfortunately, skating isn't really my thing, so you'll have to discover what's on the path for yourself. Next, the Winter Wonder Forest. Located at the Rainbow Valley Campground, the True Start Foundation and Snow Valley teamed up to turn 115,000 square feet into a stunning holiday light display. Tickets cost $30 and must be purchased in advance from their website, thewinterwonderforest.ca. All proceeds from the fundraiser goes to support the True Start Foundation's many initiatives. Open from 4:30 till 10 p.m. till January 3rd. Make sure you do not miss it. Lastly, a classic, for me at least. Every year, the legislative grounds transform into a winter wonderland. Me and my family usually go through a walk through the grounds to take in the spectacular views. But it is also a serene and romantic place to take your partner as well. And the best part about this is that it is totally free for all to enjoy.
Thanks for joining me on my Christmas tour. From all of us at Second Edition, happy holidays. I'm Austin DeLeon. Peace.
Thank you, Austin. I'm definitely gonna have to break out my ice skates this Christmas break.
And I don't know about you guys, but I'm spending all my time watching the Home Alone movies this Christmas.
Well, that concludes our time here on Second Edition. Thanks for watching, and make sure to watch us next semester on Nate News Watch. Have a great holiday break.